us.
Look at us with our Aussie, oi, oi, ois. And I've got this on too, which you can't really see, but,
Oh, yes.
Ten with Dan with Jen. 10 with Dan, 10 with Dan, 10 with Jen.
Ed Keay-Smith. Welcome to 10 with Jen, where I ask 10 out of 10s like yourself 10 questions in around 10 minutes to get to know you in a fun way. The Australia edition.
Yay! G'day, Jen. G'day, listeners.
So we're going to start with a little bit about you.
Okay.
Ed has been immersed in the domain industry for over 20 years, founding Online Impact in Perth and Brisbane, Australia. He launched one of the first domain podcasts in 2008 and now co-hosts The Assets Show with his friend and colleague Robert Kay of DBR Digital Assets. A trusted voice in the field, Ed has appeared on Domain Sherpa and has been featured in global publications including the Sydney Morning Herald. As a part of Outer's 2018 Domain Investor Working Group, he also played a key role in shaping Australia's .au direct registration policies. Ed's passion? Helping clients to get the most out of their digital assets. And he's a top bloke too. How are you, Ed?
I'm awesome, Jen. G'day, everybody. I've got to say g'day because we own g'day.com.au. So, for those, yes, we do. For those who don't know, in Australia, that is the equivalent of howdy cowboy when we say g'day, mate. It's the same sort of thing as the American colloquialism of saying that.
I actually say g'day, like when that's just a part of my vocabulary here at home. Yep. And so then when I do go somewhere like the States, I catch myself because I see their like faces light up like it's like when I say they, our American brethren, counterparts, yes.
Our brothers and sisters in the US, who I love dearly, even if I will take the mickey out of them in any of this podcast, it's all meant with love. I think they get entertained by us little quaint Aussies,
Oh, yeah.
Look, Jen, we know we live in the greatest country in the world. We just let the Americans think they live in the greatest country in the world.
Ed, you're going to, oh gosh, I mean,
Yep.
Rest in peace, like on X after this.
Oh, hey, big shoulders, baby, big shoulders. Bring it on, X.
Are you ready for your 10 with Jen?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Koalas or kangaroos?
Well, that's a tricky one because I've got koalas behind me and I've got this fella here. So, but I'm going to have to say kangaroos because they're just a little bit more diverse than koalas. But I love koalas too. But kangaroos, we'll go with kangaroos.
Out of all the guests you've interviewed, who stands out as the best and why?
I would have to say the one that really sticks in my mind the most, that I've talked about the most, and it was definitely a first at the time, and I don't think it's been done again, is when I had Michael and David Costello on. They were both on together. First time they'd ever done a podcast together.
Yeah.
That one really stands out, and that was early on. That was early 2008, and that conversation has stood the test of time, as you can imagine it would do with those guys.
Okay.
G'day, Michael. G'day, David. And David's a fellow drummer like me. So, look, Rick Schwartz, he's been on a few times. I love Rick to death. I talk to Rick all the time. And Rick's shared some unique things with us on the podcast, some first-time things. So, hard to say. Love them all.
Favorite action movie?
Well, look, funnily enough, I've actually got a T-shirt I've just been wearing at Christmas time, which has Nakatomi Plaza on it. Now, if I have to explain to anyone out there who's a movie fan what movie Nakatomi Plaza was from, then they're not really a fan of movies or this particular movie. And the hugest argument exists online as to whether this is an action movie or a Christmas movie.
Yeah.
And anyone who knows is saying Die Hard.
Yes.
Now, Die Hard, Bruce Willis, saw it when it first came out at the cinemas. And it's definitely a Christmas movie, which is also an action movie. So that's going to set off a huge debate for you just on that. Jen, you're going to have people saying, no, it's not a Christmas movie.
Yes.
There you go. So Die Hard, love it.
You've been drumming for over 40 years. if you could share a private session with a drummer, who would it be and why?
Oh my goodness! Well, they'd have to come back from the dead. It would
That's
either,
okay.
yeah, they'd have to come back. Look, anyone who's a drummer who hasn't heard John Bonham from Led Zeppelin being mentioned, I even dressed as him for my 40th birthday party with my band and grew a beard for a month, pretended to be him with a leopard skin headband on and all sorts of stuff,
I love it.
just so I could mildly resemble him and play about 1/10 as good as he can play. So it would, if I could sit down with John Bonham, I'd be a happy man.
What is a uniquely Aussie phrase or slang that you use all the time?
Well, look, it would just have to be the word mate, because
we do use mate a lot. Yeah.
I don't communicate, like pretty much all of my mates, and just so people know, mates can be male or female. It's not a sex-oriented saying. Like I would say mate to Jen, and
yes,
yeah, and she knows what it is, and she doesn't take offence, I would hope anyway.
No.
But all of my friends, when I start off, if I send them a text, it's mate with 7 or 8 or 9 A's with an E on the end. Mate.
Mate.
So, mate. And it's like, it's sort of like saying g'day, but it's like what you say to your mates, mate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. We're very simple people.
What is the most terrifying animal?
Ooh. I would say shark, because I'm not a water person. Like, I don't mind going in swimming pools and stuff like that, but out in the deep blue sea where all those things exist, it's, look, what really annoys me is when someone gets attacked or eaten by a shark and then everyone goes hunting the shark. I'm going, well, hang on a second. You've gone out to where the sharks live. That's their home. Why is it their fault that you've plopped yourself right in the middle of their eating zone and you get eaten? It's like it should be. I think surfers know this. They take the risk. They know. And they're going, if they get eaten by a shark, that's their time to go, and they're out surfing. So, whatever. But I certainly wouldn't want to get attacked or eaten by a shark. That would be nasty.
What is the most memorable .com.au and or .au domain name deal you've been a party to?
Okay. I can't mention numbers, but it was a very, very big deal. It was a 3-letter .com.au, ART, so art.com.au, which has nothing to do. Now, anytime I say this to people and they think of the name art, they're thinking that's what it's going to be used for. But it was the initials, or acronym, I should say, for Australian Retirement Trust, the second largest superannuation fund. And superannuation for those in the States is like your 401k. So it's a retirement savings service. So we acquired that for them. And it's up there with one of the biggest .com.au sales.
That's a great domain name.
It is a great domain name. And look, that being said, there are plenty, and I've had conversations with other domain brokers that have had 7-figure sales in the .com.au space, but they're not publicised, and they probably never will be.
Yes.
But ours is, we've publicised it, we've sold it, we just haven't really discussed the price.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
Don't
think about it carefully, Ed.
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Okay.
Right, is this the end of the show? Is this the end of the show?
All right, it's been great having you on.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's like I've done it. I've done my dash. Okay, all right.
You're stranded on an island with the Sherpas. Who would you eat first?
It would probably be Drew, I would say, just so because he can talk so much, and so I think even by default I'd probably knock him off, and I'd probably, I was shaving this morning with this, so I'd say if I had this on the island with me, and I didn't know that question was coming either, but I did literally shave with my Croc Dundee knife.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, but sorry, Drew, but it will probably be you, mate. So bring it on, brother.
Okay, good. You can get him before he gets me, because he said me.
Oh no, Jen, Definitely would not be you. You'd be last on the list.
Oh, yay.
But that being said, JT, he's not good at sending out that merchandise, is he? So he always all the promises he makes about sending out, hoodies and T-shirts with Sherpa stuff on. I don't think anyone's ever got anything. So for that reason, he'd definitely be second.
Oh, JT, get that merch out, bro.
Get that merch out.
If you could leave one message for future generations, what would it be?
People and planet over things. Look after your people, look after where you are. And material things are way down the list of things that are important. I've lived my life that way and put my family before work-related things always. Because everything seems to be these days chase the almighty dollar. And there's a lot of fake stuff. There's a lot of fake people. So be real, be with your family, make money. I'm not saying not to make money, but just, have some priorities.
Ed, thank you for your time today. You've now been 10 with Jen.
Champion! Look, I feel complete now. We're not doing a great job for Tourism Australia, but anyway, we'll keep going.